Thank you for joining me. I'm Don Nay. Today I'd like to talk about hot shots. Hot shots. You know what a hot shot is, right? I've been called one back when I was a teenager. Oh, he's a hot shot because I could throw a baseball. A lot of good that does me today. Well, I will tell you something. At my ripe age, and I am in my 50s for you that want to know, no one really does, but let's get with reality. I'm not 25, I'm not 35, I'm not 45, I'm not 55, I am closer to that. But I will tell you this. I want to let you know what a hot shot is. A hot shot's kind of what I call those the guys on TV who sell the real estate seminars and how you buy your houses and how you do this and how you do that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those folks that go on television and sell their real estate stuff. It's quite all right. Maybe someday I'll do that too if it works. I don't know. But here's what I do know. Most of those TV hucksters are gone. And they're long gone. I remember in 1985, I went to go see a guy named Dave Delgado. He's gone. I went to see a guy named Tommy Vu. He's gone. I went to see a guy named Robert Allen. He's gone. I went to see a lot of these guys over the years and just to see their material because they were just really people that said, come see me. But they're all gone. And here's what I discovered. It wasn't a big secret. They were all pitching seminars and buying their material on how to do what they said is how you do it, but they hadn't actually done it themselves. And that's the real key. That's a real key. Because I always tell you, make me prove what I say. Prove it, prove it, prove it. It's not difficult. It's easy. I do it. I do it. I'm in the field. I'm knocking on doors. I hurt my hand the other day. I was knocking on a door and on the outside of the door, they had a Christmas wreath that used to hang there on a little tiny nail. Well, the wreath had been taken down, and I wasn't paying attention, and I was knocking on that door, and that nail went right into the nail sticking out of the door went right into my finger. So I remember that house well, and it was another lesson. I got to be alert that when I'm knocking, I should be looking, because I got to tell you, you hit one of them nails, those little tiny hidden nails, and it'll hurt. But it let me know something. It's okay to hurt. It lets me know I'm in the field. It lets me know I'm working. Because I have to tell you this. I'm not going to teach you how to get rich quick. I can't teach you that. I don't know how to get rich quick. I just don't. I know that it's a process. It's one of consistency and persistency. That's all. Persistence. That's all I know. However, I can teach you how to find houses, how to cultivate sellers, how to buy those properties, how to rehab them, how to manage the property and the people and the vendors and the tenants, how to do all of those things, and also how to sell the property or exchange that property for a profit, and when that should be done and when it shouldn't, and how to do the financing in it. And I can tell you how to do all of that without ever going to the bank to get permission, without ever using a personal FICO score, without ever, in many cases, not even using a down payment. Sure, these are wild and crazy sometimes to some people, and I always like to use the word creative financing, such a wild, loose term. Look, come on. I'm just a conservative shopper. I go out, I find a house, I look at it, and I go, wow, I'd like to have that house in my portfolio. Why? Because it looks good, it's the right age, the right size, I can rent it for the right amount of money, and I can produce a profit from it by putting a tenant in it if I finance it this certain way. Does that always work? No. Does it work when we spend enough time shifting those elements? Yes, every time. Because I don't want to buy a house that doesn't fit the objectives that we meaning the seller and the buyer, need to have to make us both smile when we walk away. So look, if you want to cultivate people and you want to find things and you want to train people and you want to, put the perspective on the property that is, you're going to solve the problem and by that action you will make a profit, then great. That's where I come in. Not for a minute can I help you get rich quick. It's funny because, I've been in the business 30 years. This is a long time. So, I've been kicked around a little bit and I know some ins and outs that I haven't shared with you. In fact, there's thousands of little minute secrets that a person who's experienced in a house buying can save you hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars per transaction just by knowing how to do one little thing. I had a lady call me up and she goes, Don, I got a serious problem. I have to pay all this money to my insurance company to insure this property as I buy it, which is substantially more than what the previous insurance on the property calls for. What should I do? I have answers for that. I have answers how to not only get it cheaper, I have answers on how you can get money back from the insurance company. What? You can do that? Yes, you can. Take some experience, it takes some know-how, but it's nothing that anybody can't do. Look, I'd like to be able to say, I have a doctorate in business. No, I do not. Of course not. But what I can say is this. I went to high school. I didn't do very well. They didn't like me in high school. I was not antisocial. I just came from a very large family that required me to have to work to support brothers and sisters and an ill parent at the time. So guess what? I learned how to do things on the street level at a very early age, which means grassroots. That is how you make a profit in what we do. If you're sitting up here in this ivory tower chair and you've got plenty of money and your life is happy and everything is rosy and good and you're smiling all the time, well then don't listen to me. You don't need me. I'm just excitement to you. Okay? But if you're a guy that says, look, I'd like to take my life to a different level. I'd like to have passion and excitement and zest in what I do. Well, the only way you're going to do that is to get actively involved in something that you really like. Something that you're excited about, and team up with somebody who shares that intensity with you. If they share it with you, it can't help but succeed. I didn't say there were not going to be problems. Of course there's problems. We all have problems. That's our job. Solve them. Profit by them. Solve them. Profit by them. It's not a big deal. Just think it through just a little bit. So if you want to stay in touch with a person that you've dealt with, after you've dealt with them, that's where the highest degree of growth becomes. So, like me, just let me know what you want, and I'll be happy to fulfill it. If at all possible and it's in my means, I'm going to help you. Because by doing that, oh my gosh, not only do I get joy, I feel the profit come to me. It doesn't just come from you. In fact, it may never come from you, but it comes from other areas. It comes from other resources. It comes from other people. Energy works like that. You give it, it's going to come back. If you take it first and think you're going to give it, it'll suffocate you. Give it first. Give it first, and it'll come to you. Maybe not from who you gave it to, but from some another area. These are spiritual rules and laws of the universe and business as well. So all I can say is, look, I'll share something with you. It's called the Ishin Principle. It means it's an ancient Japanese business philosophy, and what it means is be here now as if with one mind. Be on the razor's edge. Not the long sword, not the dagger, but the katana. The sharpest instrument, the katana. The katana has a razor's edge. Live on that razor's edge. That razor edge got sharp. You know how it got sharp? It got sharp by the adversity of heat, by being in that fire. And that's how we are in life. We stay sharp by the adversity of the fire we keep putting ourselves in. And that's what makes you good at what you do. I'd like you to come join me. Come join me. Because I want you sharp, sharp, sharp. Let's take the world on. Have a good day.